couple weeks ago, I took my red hair from this to this. The entire process was a quest of color correction, bleaching, and lightening, as the end result was super amazing for the particular color that I was going for. Today it is time to bring out the color wheel and tackle the green. See if we can get rid of it once and for all. Hello and welcome back to another hair change. What a whirlwind it has been. If you watched my last video, I took on one of the biggest color correction challenges that I have ever done to date, taking my previously red, gray, and outgrown hair into something a bit more summer appropriate. The entire process took 10 hours and it involved quite a bit of color lightening, bleaching, toning, and retoning, as well as a pretty good understanding of color theory and what products to use to get different results. Looking entirely at the positives, the end outcome was super good. Not only did I get rid of most of the reds, but I got my hair color pretty similar to where I wanted it, which is my natural root color. I have a goal this particular time to slowly let my hair grow out and let it replenish because I genuinely do not have as much time to color. But I also wanted to introduce a bit of lightness to my hair for the summertime, which I really do not do that often. In fact, this is one of the longest times that I've had straight up blonde hair. But as you guys have pointed out tirelessly, but rightfully so, in the comments of that video, my hair still has green. It's not so evident on this side of my hair where the bleach was able to sit on it a bit longer, but when it comes to this side in particular, this midsection right here, there is still evidently a decent amount of green still showing up here. And this is residual dye pigment staining that has happened through multiple counts of blues, greens, purples that has stuck to my hair. It is lodged in and it's going to take a while to remove. Now, the great thing about changing your hair color is that if you know what you're doing, you'll actually realize that there are multiple solutions to get the same result. Today, I have 3 different solutions that I could do to tackle this green once and for all. Option 1, go in with another round of color remover to try to retrieve that remaining green pigment from the hair cuticle and hopefully be left with nothing with blonde. This is a semi-damaging process because it is reductive, meaning it does force its way into the cuticle and remove the leftover pigment. 7 out of 10. Second thing that I could do is I can go in with straight bleach. Bleach is super effective at removing pigment. That's literally the only thing it does. It doesn't tone, it doesn't deposit, it literally goes in, inflates the hair cuticle with oxygen, and removes pigment, whether natural or artificial, from the hair cuticle. It is highly effective and highly damaging. It is most probably going to be absolutely destructive as it works. 5 on 10 when it comes to leaving my hair in a good place. So what is the least damaging and funnest option out of the 3? Tackling the green with color theory. You guys know I love my color theory. Color theory in the hairdressing world is semi-understood. There's a good idea that understanding the color wheel is important and vital for a colorist to get good and accurate results. When I was studying to become a stylist, I actually specialized in color correction, something that utilizes every single aspect of products available on the market when it comes to tackling a particular route. Normally, color removers and bleaches are going to be favored over color theory. The reason for it is color theory is so much more difficult. You need to first figure out what base you have, understand the accurate color that you need to put on to cancel it, and then hope to God. There's also the second reason that a lot of clients do not like to see a bright pink or a bright blue or a bright red slapped on their hair, and a lot of the times trusting the process is easier said than done. Nonetheless though, I love slapping color onto my hair and I do not care what end result it delivers, especially if I get to learn something in the way. That is why I like to call myself a bit of a guinea pig more than a chameleon. So today I am going to be using color theory to get rid of the green in my hair. Not only that, but I'm also using my absolute favorite hair dye brand to get the results that I'm looking for. Look how pretty! Ever since they upgraded their packaging, receiving this in the mail has been one of my favorite experiences ever. This video is once again sponsored by Arctic Fox, a hair dye brand that you guys are so familiar with on my channel for being so incredibly pigmented, deliverable. I've sponsored a number of videos in my past and are one of the main brands that allow me to do what I do. So given the fact that they have been so nice to me as a stylist in the past, is why I love this brand and why I believe that you guys should be using it too, whether you're a seasoned stylist or an at-home user. Arctic Fox have probably one of the largest color ranges available to any brand anywhere in the world. If you are looking to collect an entire rainbow spectrum of colors because you want to tackle color theory effectively by having every single color readily available, Arctic Fox is the brand for you. They have some of the brightest, most pigmented, as well as deep dark colors and pastels available on the market. Their dyes are also amazing for custom mixing and formulating, meaning if there isn't a particular color that you're looking for, you can buy 2 or 3 of their dyes and then custom formulate and mix. On top of that, Arctic Fox is also entirely vegan, cruelty-free, and they are PETA approved and friendly. They also donate 15% of their profits annually to a selection of charities worldwide, giving back to the community because they are so devoted to bringing forth a clean environment and an animal-friendly environment. Finally, this is one of my favorite reasons for loving this brand, are a judgment-free community. Whether you nailed your hair color or not, Arctic Fox is here to support you. In fact, seeing their Instagram is probably one of my favorite things ever because they genuinely support creatives and artists everywhere, whether you're just a beginner or a seasoned stylist. They're not here to tell you how to use the product or how not to use the product, but rather just help you and give you the products that you need, but also allow you to just get your hands messy and explore and experiment. Something that I am extremely proud and screaming loudly to everyone watching my videos. Today I am going to be using literally nothing but 2 of their dyes to achieve a particular color that I have in mind. Something to keep in mind, their lighter colors are better on pastel hair shades. You can see on the box that this is the darkest your hair can be, and this is the result that you're gonna get. But if you do go for one of their brighter hair colors, you are going to get a darker end result. I also have a discount code that you guys could use in case you want to try the brand for the first time. You can just follow the link right here. Also, if you have shopped from their brand before, this coupon code is still valid. So everything is going to be linked down below. Let's get into video so I can actually show you what the hell I'm preaching about. So the first thing that I need to break down is that my hair isn't green. My hair is fundamentally blonde. When you look at it from a distance, the first thing you're going to think of is blonde. It is, however, the tone of the blonde is going to slightly turn you off. If we think of my hair as an image picture, right now the tint is leaning more towards the green than it is the pink. But if I was able to select nothing but my hair and add on to it nothing but a pink tint, immediately it would give me a much nicer blonde. Fun fact, did you know that in the Barbie movie, because they were using so much pink in the backgrounds, a standard blonde color was looking just way too yellow. No matter how much white they added into it, the color was just looking so stark against the pink. So the actual colorist for the Barbie movie mixed up a custom formula for the blondes that they were using, which included pink in the mix. On its own, when seen against, let's say, a white background, the blonde was very clearly a peachy flamingo-y blonde. But when it was then shot against the very vast pink landscape of the Barbie movie, the blonde looked perfect. It didn't look pink, it looked like it fit in. My blonde would be somewhere in the middle of this area here. So if I wanted to color correct the green out of my hair using Froze from Arctic Fox as my pink substitute for the green, I would grab a bowl, fill it with a white conditioner of my choice. A good one would ensure that you're also giving your hair a bit of a TLC hair mask and not just dyeing it. Taking Froze by Arctic Fox, which is a light to medium pastel pink. Pop open the tube, add it into my bowl. Smells like grape. Mix it together and then apply it all over my hair. I might just color correct the green out of my hair. Just also giving it a bit of TLC loving with this conditioning mask that I'm applying. I am, however, conscious of the fact that I'm wearing an all-white jumpsuit that isn't my hair coloring jumpsuit. So, excuse me. I'm going to be a tiny bit naughty and squeeze in a tiny bit of virgin pink because I'd rather be left with more pink in my hair than more green. It's like bubblegum. Better. Leave it on for 10 minutes, rinse it off, and then dry it. You might just end up with a much less green rendition of your blonde hair. It's also a really good way to get baby pink. Oh, I love a touch of pink. Touch of pink beats a touch of green every single time. Yes, we have substituted one color for another, but the color is much more flattering. It didn't damage our hair in the process. That being said, however, I don't actually feel like color correcting the green out of my hair. So I'm bringing back the 2 pink dyes, but I want to create something a lot more Stella. So initially I didn't know if I wanted to be more Froze or I wanted to be more virgin pink. Both of them are such really gorgeous, unique colors of pink. What if we do both? Now here's the kicker. I don't want to change my root color. If I go in with virgin pink all over my hair, it is going to stain this. And I don't want this stained. I want this looking natural. So we're going to do what we know to do and find our inspo on Pinterest. Could do this. Oh, we could do burnt. Burnt pink is such a vibe. Obviously, it would be a very different composition because she's got a lot less roots than I do. But that is hot. That is a hot woman. That is a hot shade of pink. Super baby pastel, which is basically what we've got, but move it up further. Not really. I don't know if I should show you because I think you guys are going to fall in love and I haven't made up my mind if I want to try it yet. But I think I'm still leaning towards a dusty pink though. So that is like pink, but tinged with a slight bit of red, which I'm hoping I can achieve with virgin pink. Yes. Mostly a base of Frosé. So we're not putting any conditioner into it. We're starting with just straight up Frosé. Is this gonna be enough? Probably not. No. Thank you for asking. We're doing a full tube of Frosé. Better have more than less is what I'm gonna say. Touch it, kiss it. A gentle squeeze of virgin pink. But we need a kiss of red. They kind of lean towards a blue undertone than a red. And dusty pink actually does have a slightly red undertone. It's like pink built on red. Sunset orange. Do you see the vibe? Let's color theory this up, baby. I'm gonna kiss it with sunset orange. So equal amounts, virgin pink, sunset orange on a bed of Frosé. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm gonna take a photograph. Oops, I forgot that just makes coral. It needs more virgin pink. Okay, we're getting it. We're getting it. Oh my god, this looks stunning. I recently got obsessed with Tiny Desk concerts here on YouTube, specifically with one particular concert, Argentinian artists, Catriel y Paco Amoroso. Beautiful men. Oh my god. I got so obsessed that I sent it to my sister. My sister is a tiny bit wild in the sense that she will surprise you with her suggestions. So the first thing she said is they look stupid. A week later, she's like, did you know they're having a concert in Europe? I'm like, who? She's like, Catriel y Paco Amoroso. I tell her, I did not know they are having a concert in Europe. She's like, they are. She's like, would you like to go? Bitch, I forgot. I even showed you these people. You want to tell me you kept tracking them? She's like, yes. She's like, I got obsessed, obviously, with their Tiny Desk, as everyone did. They released a new album based on their Tiny Desk experience. And I want to go see them in Madrid. We booked 24-hour visit to Madrid just to go watch these people. Best holiday of my life. Best holiday of my life. I cannot tell you, first of all, what a 24-hour trip will do to reset your psyche, your soul, your energy. But also, these two men, fuck it, they know how to throw a concert. I don't speak a lick of Spanish. And these assholes knew it because tell me why we attended this concert and it had fucking subtitles. The concert had subtitles. And it was in that moment that I learned how absolutely vulgar all of their discography is. Their second album is about friendship. We like that. But it was also the album that taught me what reforro is. Anyways, look them up. They're amazing. I fucking love them. They're going on tour again in Europe and I need someone to come with me. Do we vibe? Are we vibing with this? I want to say this is good. Tell me, does this look good? Fuck, I think that looks fire. Oh my god. Ooh, and then blend, like tipped out like that. Oh, that looks amazing. I'll just need to blend it well here. Because I really don't want that like weird line. Like you can see there's like, no, we'll blend it out better. But I think that looks amazing. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my Tiny Desk concert.
Para. Tatuaje en el cuello, sí. El pelo negro, sí. De silicona, sí. Se vieron anoche, sí. Fuck. We've been fucking the same girl. Tú por la noche, yo para el día. ¿Quién lo diría? Quiero más plata y sentirme rico.
I know what that means too. So all the Spanish I know, baby. Shoving on my utilitarian gloves because it turns out I do have dermatitis. Can you see all my skin peeling off? Oh, it's gonna look so good. Because I'm not going to be applying the dye onto my roots, I'm gonna start straight from the back work my way up, and try not to run out of dye until I get there. Ooh. Here's a color theory lesson for you. Do not mix hues. Right now, there's yellow in this area of my hair and pink in this area of my hair. Traditionally, those colors are meant to be separate. Like, that's why there are people with pink skin tones, there are people with warm skin tones. The two do not match, however. Right now, it feels contrasting. That is why it is a lot easier to pick colors within the same warmth but different depths, maybe different colors entirely, but still within the same spectrum. Pinks and purples go together very well, but pinks and oranges, not really. Similarly, pinks and yellows, it feels like it's clashing. It's not complementing me. But dark pink with light pink, yes. Or browns and entirely pinks, yes. No, the same tonality but completely different warmths, completely different tints. Okay, these things are really pissing me off, so I want to see how long I can last with them before I absolutely slam them to the wall. Oh, I'm just going to brush it out, and this is going to do all the blending for me. I'm also not going to fuss that every single hair is going to be covered with dye, because I don't mind if there is a bit of dimension due to mixed hairs. The hair underneath already has like a light pink tinge, so I'm genuinely not going to fuss to make sure that every single strand has dye on it. You know what's a humbling experience? Some of my videos have been going viral on TikTok. I recently started filming in a new format of video. I'm receiving so many comments from people saying, oh my god, I used to watch you on YouTube 10 years ago. I didn't know you were still creating content. Humbling experience. Oh my god, it's looking so good. Bye, blonde. I always love how soft the hair feels after a semi-permanent coloring. Also, look at this root blend. Now I gotta style it. Initially, I was considering doing something elegant, but this color has that like sun-dried effect, almost like it's been out in the elements for quite a while. So I really want to kind of emulate that lift-in look. Heat protectant, and today I'm using oil. Hair straightener curler duo, set on medium heat. A favorite show for you to watch whilst you're doing your hair so it doesn't feel tedious and long.
Big hair, big dreams, big goals.
God! Also, can we all collectively agree that this is the most hair that I've ever had? Like, look at it. Look at this trajectory of wide. Did I just create my dream hair? It is such a cool shade of pink because it has that like dustiness, that like semi-burnt, semi-faded effect that is like very summer to me, because like anything too vibrant is like spring, and then when you get to this like dusty pastel, it's like you spend a lot of time in the sun. But it also then has like this glow, and I really don't think the camera is actually picking it up well. Gorgeous. So here is my burnt pink transformation, the most delicious and yummy color that you can have for your hair this summer, especially if you've got a more natural, like semi-rooted color at the moment, and maybe you have some unnecessary residue at the bottom of your hair. This is just enough pigment to cover it up, but not like too intense that it's like ugly. This is so fun, and I really like this like messy curliness that is like going on, because it's styled but not styled. It's perfect. It is beautiful. Ha! I did end up using 3 colors at the very end. Froze and Virgin Pink would have gotten me so close, but the addition of Sunset Orange really made this color a way more summery look. Like these two alone would be way too cold and a bit spring. This just makes it look like a sunset. It's beautiful. Obviously, it's Arctic Fox. Oh my god. I did then finish it off with some texture spray, which is what's giving this like inordinate amount of volume, which slept on mostly by me. Everyone else in the world uses texturizing spray. I don't, because I like the feeling of clean hair. However, it is summer. We want to get like a bit of texture, but without the salt, because salt is so drying for the hair. But now we got it. I told my mom I wasn't going to keep dyeing my hair, and she was really excited. I hope this will still excite her. I'm like, technically, my roots are mine-ish. All the products are going to be linked down in the description box below. These dyes are really amazing, because if you have any one of these colors on the side, you are going to get a result. To put that into perspective, the color was obviously super pastel, and it mainly picked up on the lighter bits of my hair. But then underneath, especially over here, it really did minimal to little change, which is exactly what I was going for, but it kind of gives you an idea of what pigment you'd need. If you wanted the pigment to penetrate way more, especially over here, you'd need a ton more Virgin Pink, less Froze. Do not forget that I can give you a beautiful 15% off if you are buying from Arctic Fox. And if you're just using the dyes to color correct some unnecessary tones from your hair, they're also really amazing for that. I'm a happy girl. I feel like myself again. Oh my god. Subscribe to this channel. Let's get us to 1 million. We are so damn close. And if you want to learn a ton more about color correction, bleaching, or anything and everything in between, including business advice from a 26-year-old business owner, stick around.
Yo acá pensando que era el único, pero algo me dice que ya no, bebé. Yo acá pensando que era el único, pero algo me dice que ya no, bebé.
If you want to learn just how vulgar that song is, look up the second line of that song. Very start of the song. Did not expect it. Don't speak Spanish. When I learned it, did not expect it.